The weatherman said 22 degrees today. We've already gone up as high as 24. So, well, my prediction is winning. Absolutely. It's Friday, November 13th, and a very special day. It's Black Friday. So, first of all, let me do this. And for the camera people around here, are we ready with the lights and the cameras and everything like that? Are we there yet? I think we are actually, and nice to have everybody along. For those of you that are joining us live on Facebook right now, maybe later on YouTube, if you are joining us on YouTube later on, don't forget, sub, thumb, bell, bingo. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Anyway, absolutely elated. I forgot to ask, I think we're coming out of Nashville. I'll find that out, but very, very quickly here is the White Walls. And yes, we're going back in the day when we very first met with Burning It Down right here at Galaxy. Are we still in Nashville?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I did get that right. I wasn't quite sure because some artists, would you believe, they move every now and again. You got to catch up where the hell they are.
No, we don't go too far.
Okay.
No, yeah, we're in Berry Hill right now. It's about 3 miles from downtown.
Okay. How is the scene in Nashville right now?
Yeah,
It's like anywhere else in the world. It's locked up.
Yeah.
It's us now starting to open up. You're going to have a little showcase here or there, but the music industry is literally not happening.
Believe me, we sympathise because we know ourselves. I mean, we bring bands into the country and tour them up and down the country, and right now the borders are closed. We're not allowed to do that unless we use New Zealand artists within the country already. And then we're only limited to what, about 100 people?
No, I think we can have more.
Can we have more now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we can't have 10,000,
No.
can we? No, and that really is disturbing because that's the kind of crowd that I like, if you know what I'm saying. So it really is frustrating. It kind of is, really. But having said that, Barbara was saying to me that you guys are going to be writing new stuff and releasing new stuff very, very shortly. I read in here that you got a new album coming out, which is exciting, seeing you guys known for doing singles.
No, we wrote an album. We wrote an album's worth of material. Before all this stuff happened, we thought we were going to record a whole album's worth of material and then sporadically release it like every 6 or 8 weeks.
Yep.
And then this happened because usually we cram writing into when I'm not on the road. So come off the road, record, go back out, and then we're like, well, Mose will finish all these songs. So we've got like at least 10 or 12 of them done, and we're just going to figure out which ones we want to release, Yeah. But we know that definitely the next 2 or 3. We know which ones. And then all the other songs I've been writing with all these other artists, and one of them's already putting out the single that we produced for her. So it comes out like this week.
Next week?
Yeah, next week. One of a national artist putting out a song we wrote and produced for it.
Give us a heads up.
Yeah, well, I think it's next week. Her name's Kaylin Robertson.
Kaylin Robertson.
No, there's no S.
Oh, Robertson?
Robertson, yeah. There's no S.
Okay.
We'll send you some information on it.
Please do.
Yeah, she's releasing an EP next week, and we wrote and produced one of the songs on it.
Awesome.
So
Please do.
By producing.
Let's go back to the desk. That's right. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 21 after 10 o'clock. It is 21 degrees. It's fluctuating, but believe me, still plenty of day to go. You never know. It might actually bounce all the way back up to 26 degrees Celsius. Having said that, it is Friday, Black Friday. Very, very busy day today, and believe me, I'm looking forward to a little later on because I'm going to go and have a celebration of my own because of this. I really am, but you'll have to stay apprised of that right now. We're joined, coming out of Nashville, absolutely love these guys. Known them for a minute, and I really have the White Wolves joined, of course, by Todd and Chuck. Now, it is an absolute pleasure to have you guys back again. Now, we kicked the show off with Burning It Down. It's got longevity, the song it really has. We're going to discuss that very, very quickly. But first of all, Todd, nice to have you back. It's been a while since we've caught up.
Yeah, you got Chuck last time in the snowstorm, and now we're in a beautiful fall weather. I wish I could actually show you outside because all the leaves are orange and it's beautiful just outside the studio front door.
Yeah, it's beautiful out right now.
Best time of year in Nashville.
Yeah, I didn't mind getting Chuck the last time. I think he fit me in, outside a nightclub in between a couple of ladies that he was seeing at the time. Just time to go and visit a couple of Kiwis downstairs. So we got that happen. And I've got to thank you. It was a wonderful interview in its own right, Chuck. It really, really was. We're talking, of course, about Chuck Faulkner and Todd Berman. Todd, you're an Australian. Got to say a key order from New Zealand to a fellow Australian across the ditch. Now making it big in Nashville, Music City. Very, very proud of that. Keeping up the Australasian end.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep flying the flags.
Exactly. And, of course, Chuck, always a pleasure to talk to Chuck, even if it is in the snow in between a couple of ladies. We get it. We do.
I'll take talking to you any chance I get.
Nice. Well, I'm humbled at that. Thank you very, very much. Got a fan question for you straight off the bat, and I thank production for sending this through. Now, guys, remind us, how do we get hold of you as a fan? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? But more importantly, do you respond?
Absolutely. So, White Wolves Music is all our Instagram, Facebook. So the White Wolves Music is Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Or you could just go to thewhitewolvesmusic.com and send us a message.
It goes direct to us. We're not big enough, Grant, that we've got the staff dealing with it. Come on, there's not, it's not the 10 staff in the back of the studio working on it.
There is no red tape.
Yeah.
There is no red tape. Yes.
You may need staff after that, though. I'm sorry. You'll be there all day now. Having said that, a website. Do you have merch on a website that we can direct people to go and buy a few products every now and again? You never know. You might make $1.
Not really. We do have T-shirts, so we really don't promote them. But if somebody wants a T-shirt,
we've still got some of those White Wolves T-shirts that you and Barbara that we sent over to you guys.
Exactly.
We still have them that if anyone contacts us, we can do a Venmo or a PayPal and ship it out. I think they're $25.
Yeah.
The main thing for us is just the music, Grant.
Exactly.
Honestly, we just want people to hear the music, so. That's where our focus is right now as artists and writers. We're just really enjoying
the basics.
Just getting back to the basics of record, write. We have our own studio now in Nashville that, we took a lot of time and money to set it up, and we're writing for us. We're writing for other artists. We're producing other artists now. So we're just focusing on the art of writing right now.
That is absolutely brilliant, and believe me, it's been fascinating watching you guys over the little while that we've known each other, a couple of years now, which is really, really cool. It's nice to have friends of Galaxy back again, family of Galaxy at that, and I like to see the thing here. What separates White Wolves apart from we only cut singles. This is what it says here. With every single, we feature a different style of music along with different featured artists. We opened it up with Burning It Down. Now, believe me, this is still getting a huge momentum here at Galaxy. We still play it. We still get a lot of requests for it. So let's refresh everybody's mind. Tell us about Burn It Down. How did you come to the lyrics?
That song basically was the first song that Todd and I ever wrote together. So it was, we were sitting in his old house and we started writing that song. We were friends before that. And we started writing that song, and it was basically talking about past turmoil that he has gone through and I've gone through. And we found a lot of commonalities within that. And that's kind of how this whole project and friendship started, was because of that. And then we brought on Terry McDermott, which is a good buddy of Todd's, which is now a good buddy of mine, to come sing that song.
Yeah.
And, and that's the beauty of our project, is we can write whatever we want. Then we find the appropriate musician and singer for that song, compared to building a song around a certain artist.
Yeah, and we had great people come in. We recorded it at Rivergate Studios in Nashville. We had Chris Sheldon, who's done Foo Fighters, Skunk Anansie, Biffy Clyro. He mixed it. We had Jason Todd play guitars. We had Chet Roberts from Three Doors Down, engineer. He played some guitar on it as well. Jason Todd, formerly of Shinedown, one of our dearest friends, he produced it with us. He did an incredible job. He played some guitar. We had Brad Pemberton, a great friend of ours. He played, he's with Ryan Adams and the Cardinals for 10 years. He now, drums with Steve Earle and Dukes. He played drums on it. Yeah. He was a great help, and that was the whole lightning in a bottle that set it off. Having all of us together, because we're like, let's go record this song, and then it became, what do we do? What do we do now? We've recorded it, and we're like, I guess we're going to have to release it, and I think it's 3 years later now. It's like, okay, now, it just became this whole thing without intention. The intention was just to record and enjoy the experience.
Well, I hate to tell you this, but, it is really one of your most requested songs here at Galaxy. We still play it. We still get a lot of people love Burning It Down. They really, really do. Now, in this, we discussed here about different featured artists. The next one came along with Ryan Steele. Now, tell me a little bit about I Won't Be Around, featuring Ryan Steele.
The Chuck actually... I think that was the second song we wrote. Was that the second song? Yeah. You were living at the pool house.
Yeah.
That was the second song we wrote, and we were just sort of inspired by like old 70s stuff like Hall & Oates and Al Green and everything up to like, more modern like Amy Winehouse, Mark Ronson style production, which, he's the king of that. And we were just writing that song, and we were like, who's going to sing this? And Chuck, one of the girls that did the makeup on the Burning It Down video, because we had the girls covered in clay, and that was a crazy video to do, and she actually suggested that I was out on the road. She suggested to Chuck to come see her boyfriend Ryan Steele do a concert somewhere in Nashville, and Chuck sent me a video going, we've got to use this guy, and I was like, oh no, and then I came home and Chuck sent me another video. I'm like, who's that guy? And he's like, that's the same guy I sent you. I'm like, he's amazing. And then we got Ryan in to sing on this, and Ryan's one of our, we've actually co-written a couple of songs with Ryan on the new bunch of songs that we have written and demoed, and then we took it to Joe West, and he's a Grammy Award-winning producer and songwriter here, and he's done Keith Urban and Tim McGraw and Shakira, and Chuck's known him for a long time, and he's like, what's this Burning It Down song? And that led to, it's this whole cycle that keeps on happening. And then Joe's like, I want to work with you guys. We're like, oh, wow. And then we took it to Joe, rewrote parts of the song. And then we explained that we wanted Ryan to come in, and he's like, perfect. And then we had, Charlie Judge play keys. We had Mike Payne on the guitar, incredible Nashville session musicians. Greg Marrow, who is probably like the godfather of drumming and session work in Nashville. He's just the OG of drums, and we did that song in 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the recording. We had a horn section come in. It was just great. And the funny thing is, it's like, that's just Nashville. It's done really quick. Like the main recording was a morning. So Ryan, the drums, the guitar, and all the band played live. We did some guitar overdubs and Ryan sang it, but the main players, the session musicians, Nashville session guys, all played live together.
Yeah.
And Joe's got a beautiful studio down in Franklin, which is a barn. It's called the West Barn, and he just smashed it on everything. You know, he got the sound that we wanted, and that's our most successful song to date. Is that, and Ryan is a massive part of that because of his voice.
I got to let you know, Todd, that that was the song that we were discussing with Chuck when he was outside in the snow, fitting us in between a couple of dates that he had lined up and everything like that. You know, this was the song that, and I was trying to get across to him then that I couldn't play a breakfast show without playing this song, and it went on for, well, months. It really, really did. This here became your most successful song here at Galaxy. It really, really did. Blew up. It really, really did. So let's go back down that road with the White Wolves. It is just White Wolves, not the White Wolves.
No, it's the White Wolves.
It is the White Wolves now? Okay.
Yeah, it's the same thing, you know, tomato, tomato.
Yeah, fair enough too. I get it. I really do. Here's the White Wolves. I Won't Be Around, featuring Ryan Steele. True, my bro. We absolutely blew up with this song, and
Well, people love the new one.
this is what I'm leading to, literally. We have basically put it in the water and,
Yep.
you know, put the toe in the water. We just played it a number of times, not said anything. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
People got back to us with times, dates, and were asking questions like how, what, why, who is this, and tell me the title. You know what I'm saying? So basically, straight away, we've caused interest. Today we're going to release this and let everybody know about it. You know,
Yeah.
but to date, literally, poor Sarah has been coming to me going, listen, can you answer these things? And all I can say is, coming soon.
Well, that's perfect. You know, people can hear it, and you know, it's very different than Burning It Down.
Yeah.
It's very, you know, it's very different from I Won't Be Around. That's the whole point. You know, and the next song we're going to do is going to be the complete opposite of this one again, because it's just about art.
Well,
It's just about the songs. You know, we don't give a shit about our ugly mugs on it. We just want people to hear the songs, you know.
you know, Todd, I love that. I really, really do love that. That means to me that you guys are going to come back and look at this pretty face again.
Oh,
Absolutely.
no, just, that's a beard. We've shaved our beards. I feel quite naked with
I
that. I'm like, geez, you look weird without a beard. I'm just like, I mean, mine was so long. I'm like, I'm getting there again. It's just going to take a hot minute.
Here's one for you guys. Just recently, we have been, since this pandemic's been going on, supporting a group of musicians out of Canada. A company up there, a studio up there, has put a couple of CDs together. We're selling the CDs literally, and all the proceeds 100% doesn't come to us or the studio, but goes back to the artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the first one literally had a female on the CD, and when I did the interview with her, of course her name is Laura Koch, I called her Sarah because she looked like our receptionist, and I was starting to get a little confused. So the next time we caught up, I literally called her Sarah, right? So the next CD comes around, no woman on it this time, okay, which is rather amusing, Sonny, it really is. But when we did our research, because all we got was the information, the music itself, the artists, stuff like that. But when we went and had a look at the photos, each and every artist on there, not only being male, but had a beard. Awesome. So I said to Sonny Rosa
fashion.
from Rosewood Studios,
So many guys here have
all of
beards.
these guys have got beards. He goes, it was a
young
requirement grant. You know, it was a requirement. Sweet, absolutely.
It's not really popular in
Yeah,
New
no,
Zealand
beards,
with the
I
young ones.
couldn't go back to clean shaven, I don't think. I just feel weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, I've
It's-
got to be honest
Yeah.
with you. I've forgotten what it's like to be clean shaven. I've got to be honest with you.
A mate of mine actually just did it and it freaked me out because his beard was like down to his belly button. And I'd still see him. I'm like, I can't look at you. I can't look at you.
Well, let's go back to the desk, guys.
All right.
Cameras everywhere, I tell you. I'm slowly starting to get used to the mantra of having people pointing things at me, you know what I mean? So it is nice to have everybody along, and for you that's snapping away over there as well, nice. Joined today, coming out of Nashville, good old friends of ours, literally, the White Wolves, and believe me, Todd Berman, Chuck Feltner is joining us, and, well, I won't be around. Featuring Ryan Steele, we just played that, believe me, couldn't get through a breakfast show for about 3-4 months there because it was that request. And of course the breakfast show is based pretty primarily on the requests that have come in from the day before, and well, this was getting ridiculous. Well over 3,000 requests for it.
Really? Oh, that's crazy. This is the first time I've heard numbers. That's weird. Oh, wait, and thank you, 3,000 thank yous to the people that requested it. We love that. We just, you know, we just want you to, you know, hear it and enjoy it. You know, that's what music's meant to be about.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we care about, honestly.
Yeah, just enjoy it, you know.
Well, believe me, they have, still are, and, well, as I said, you know, burning it down, still getting momentum. This one is still rocking. Literally, people are still very much, they haven't forgotten about the Wolves, believe me. They really haven't. It's indelible now. And, well, I was telling the boys literally that we do a formula here where we play the music. We don't say anything, just see how the reaction is. And since we've been doing it now, well, John Charles is what we've been playing. Who? Of course, the White Wolves. Now, guys, this has been getting a heck of a lot of interest. Poor Sarah at reception's been coming to me saying, you know, we've got to do something relatively quickly, explain this, take the heat off me because I'm getting extra work going on here. So, right. Todd Berman, Chuck Feltner, the White Wolves. Tell me about John Charles.
John Charles, we wrote it Thanksgiving here in the US like a year ago.
Literally a year ago on Thanksgiving.
A year ago on Thanksgiving, and we recorded it at Chuck's house because when I got back from Australia, we were concentrating on writing as many songs as we could, and that just came from nowhere. And you know, we decided to write it, and we wrote it very quickly. And we released it here on Veterans Day as a tribute to servicemen and women that have gone out to fight for their countries and not come home, because it's the story of my grandfather, John Charles Kettle. So when he was very young, my great-grandfather, John Charles Kettle Sr., he went to World War I and didn't come home. So it's the story of my great-grandfather and my great-grandmother saying goodbye to each other on the docks because he was in the Navy, the Australian Navy. And he went out to World War I and he never came home. So it's the story of them essentially saying bye to each other, not knowing that they were never going to see each other again, and then the effect that it had on my grandfather growing up without his father. And we had this beautiful plaque in my grandparents' home that the Australian government sent as a memorial of his passing and his service to Australia. And everyone relates to that because it's still to this day there's people out there that are away from their husbands, their daughters, their brothers, their sisters, their partners, fighting for freedom. you know, and like we celebrate it with the Anzacs every year. That's our version of Veterans Day, Australian New Zealand Army Corps. And it's huge to Australians and New Zealanders every year, as much as Veterans Day is here. So I'm pretty private. I don't usually like talking about that sort of stuff, but Chuck's always pushing me. So it is a real story. It is very personal for me, and hopefully people hear that and they can relate to them being away from their partners. And, you know, the lullaby and the pre-chorus that Ryan and Megan sing is the hymn that essentially that
they would sing back and forth to each other. It's like, you know, when you're out at sea, when you sing this lullaby, you'll think of me, and I'll be doing the same when I'm home, and vice versa. So that was their thing that they did, and that's the lullaby.
And that's the lullaby, and that's why, you know, we wanted to release it and get it out on Veterans Day. So, you know, hopefully that if one person hears it, like we say, and they're like, this is helping me while my partner's in Afghanistan or wherever they're serving for their country, that they can relate to it and it helps them. That's why we decided to release it, you know. And Megan is the feature vocalist on it with Ryan. So she takes the role of my great-grandmother, and Ryan takes the role of my great-grandfather, singing as like a husband and wife. And Chuck will tell you they've never met.
Well, let me tell you now, one form of information or another seeking more information about this, not specifically as a request, but basic, you know, the interest is there. They want to know more. 612 people so far have emailed us wanting to know more about the John Charles deal, if you know what I mean. So, ladies and gentlemen, straight from the White Wolves' mouths themselves, this is the deal. It really, really is. And, Todd, may I say, lest we forget, you're right here at Galaxy with the White Wolves and John Charles. 612 people have wanted to know more information about it. That's phenomenal.
That's
awesome.
Yeah, that's really crazy. I actually have great respect because it's not a format where it's like a label's like, play our song, or a publicist is play our song, you know, and shove it down people's throat. The thing that you're like, here's the songs, and people are actually naturally responding to it is such a great litmus test, really. Because, you know, like, we just want people to, you know, hear the song about the song. You know,
Enjoy it, yeah.
Just enjoy the song, because, you know, I could
Connect with it.
I could drop dead tomorrow and all I've got left is to the art that we've done. You know what I mean? So if 612 people want to know more about the song, that's the biggest compliment for us.
Absolutely.
Well,
You know, that people want to know more about it and, you know, play it till their heart's content. You know, play it 100 times. Like, we love that so much, you know, like.
believe me, bro, we play it. We really, really do. But we play the Wolves anyway, you know what I'm saying? Because you're a feature artist here at Galaxy with us.
Yeah.
And we're on it to be able to do so. We really, really are looking forward to you coming back with new stuff as well. Really, really am.
Do our part, getting you new
Yeah,
stuff.
we're now we have the studio set up, Grant, and it's, you know, we're doing so much work. We're probably doing on average 3 writing sessions a week. We're probably doing 2 to 3 demos a month. And then, you know, we've so set up that it's just an afternoon to record a vocal and another day to mix the song. So we did all the recording of the song in the studio at Chuck's, and then we did it at the new studio, and we're doing all the mixing here.
Awesome.
And all the work. Everything's in our studio, and our great friend Justin Armstrong mastered it. So, you know, our studio is able to actually facilitate all of the recording and mixing and performing. So
I'm jealous, Todd. I'm damn jealous. Back in my day, we were doing things on tape and DAT and stuff, you know.
I remember it. I remember having 8-track and bouncing it, and that was like 2001. I remember like doing the Beatles overdub, record, re-record over to get more and more take this. I remember that shit. I loved it.
There you go. We're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 14 away from 11 o'clock, 22.2 degrees. It's starting to get right on back up there. And it is Black Friday. Something in that, there really is. You will find out a little bit more a little later on this morning. At 11 o'clock, we're actually going to be going overseas again and doing something very, very special. But right now, we're joined by Todd Berman, Chuck Feltner, aka the White Wolves, coming out of Nashville. It's absolutely a pleasure to catch up with these guys and release brand spanking new music. Now, Todd, yeah, believe me, I am a sound engineer by trade and everything like that as well. But when I very first started, there was things called valves. And now today's engineers wouldn't even know what valve units were, and garage turntables, and showing my age. I've got to be honest with you, working on DAT tapes and all sorts of things,
I'll be with
reel
you
to
when he
reels,
finishes
you name it,
talking,
we did it back then.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for people like us blazing the way, today's technology wouldn't be what it is. And believe me, it's nice to know that you guys are mastering it exceptionally well.
Yeah, so we did everything in-house. Megan recorded the vocals at Chuck's, and Ryan did as well when the studio was set up at Chuck's. And then we mixed it here, did some of the sound overdubs. Like that water sound at the end is actually a voice note recording from Black Rock Beach in Melbourne. Like waves, just I don't even know why I recorded it for some reason. And we ended up using it, the water sound, to make the sound of them saying goodbye to each other at the docks. Yep. And then our dear friend and one of the best engineers in America, Justin Armstrong, mastered that. So we did all obviously Ryan and Megan singing, Chuck and I played all the instruments, mixed it here, and then Justin mastered it. Did an incredible job on the mastering too.
You know, I absolutely agree. As an engineer, I don't listen to music like a fan would listen to it. I break it down into its increments. I just cannot fault any part of your work anywhere, anytime. Looking forward to the new stuff. Guys, don't go anywhere. Going to just switch over again. Thank you for joining us. Coming out of Nashville, the White Wolves, Todd Berman, Chuck Feltner. You're right here again at Galaxy. Don't go anywhere, guys.